So in the last section, we have seen what is data structure. So data structure is nothing but a particular way of organizing and storing data. Now there is a different thing related to data structure, that is classification of data structure. So data structure is normally classified into two broad categories, that is the primitive data structure and the non-primitive data structure. So the primitive data structure is the one we can say that it is a basic data structure and directly operated upon by the machine instructions, and the non-primitive data structures are the sophisticated one and we can derive them from the primitive data structures. So we can say that primitive data structures are built in and non-primitive data structures are user defined. So the data structures are classified, and that classification we will see. So the classification is done according to its characteristics as well, that is linear, non-linear, homogeneous, non-homogeneous, static and dynamic. So we will see their basic classification. The data structure is classified into two parts, that is primitive and non-primitive. In primitive, we are having integer, character, float, pointers. So these are the primitive data structures, and we how we can use them, that we will also see in detail. Now talking about the non-primitive data structures, we are having array and list. Now in this, the arrays can be either single dimension, two dimension, multi-dimension according to the use. In list, we are having the linear and non-linear. In linear, the stack queue, linked list. In non-linear, tree and graph. This is the classification of data structure. In linear data structure, the data items are arranged in a linear sequence, and that's why array also comes under the linear. In non-linear data structures, the data items are arranged but they are not arranged in a sequence. So that examples are trees and graphs. In homogeneous data structures, all the elements are of same type, so that is array. In non-homogeneous data structure, the elements may or may not be of the same type, so we can consider structure in that. Static data structures are those whose sizes and structures associated memory locations are fixed, so the examples are arrays. And the dynamic characteristic is dynamic structures are those which expands or shrinks depending upon the program need and its execution. Also they are associated memory locations. We can take the example of linked list in that. So this is how the classification of data structure is done. So there are basic structures and directly operated upon by the machine instructions. They are called as the primitive data structures, and the data structures that are directly operated upon the machine level instructions are also called as the primitive data structures. So for the example, we are having integer, floating point, character, constant, string and pointers. Now talking about integers, so the integers are signed or unsigned whole numbers with the specified range, such that 5, 39, even minus it can be. They are not having the fractional parts. That is the main thing of integer, that integer cannot have the fractional part. The value can be either positive or negative, but whether or not they can have the negative values, it depends upon how the type of your integer is. Then comes, that is floating point. So the floating point number is also called as only float. So the float refers to the floating point or real number. It can hold a real number or a number having the fractional part. For example, 3.11, 0.81 and on. The decimal point signals that is a floating point number, not an integer. The number 15 is integer, but 15.0 can be a floating point number. Then talking about character. So character, generally when we need alphabets in our program, we use character. So it can store any member of the basic character set. If a character from this set is stored in character variable, so the value is equivalent to the integer code of that character, which is known as the ASCII code. It can hold one letter or symbols like A, B, C, D, and the characters can be also of the different types. Then talking about pointers we will see in detail in this unit also. So the pointer is a variable, like the name is pointing or representing. So what it is representing? It is representing the storage location in memory. So the memory contains many cells, as we all know, and for what? That is the storage purpose. They are storing the values. Each cell in memory is 1 byte and it has a unique address to identify it. And the memory address is always an unsigned integer actually. So these are the primitive data structures. In the next section now we will see which are the operations that can be performed on the primitive data structure. Thank you.